don't let it tempt me, I move defensive. Evil offends me, I get repentance, we come from trenches. I'm in the secret place of the Most High, you can't offend me. Hamashiach built many mansions, that's where my rent be. Father, help me overcome. People who I used to look up to, they turning foes for none. Father, you my strength and you my courage, I feel bold for some. I wanna feel your spirit on my body like it's clothes or something. Put my vision in your one direction like it's froze or something. I can feel the hatred in their heart, it's like I owe them some. Yeah, they full of nerves, like my hands or my toes or something. No nervous system, but you know I feel it like I'm holding some. Stay in my lane, anyway I spin it like I bowl or something. As if I need them for my elevation, like they rope or something. Anyways, I'm too high up your spirit like I'm rolling some. Son of the Most, I pay my dues forever, owe you one. Yeah. If it wasn't for your presence, I would have no peace, believe it. See, the Bible is my weapon, I don't have no beef, I'm vegan. Yeah, your highness, you a blessing, you a masterpiece, I mean it. And I'm fighting for your presence, full of passion, cause I need it. Father, will we make it in? Once we face the end, I'll be looking for your grace within. I've been studying through Corinthians and Galatians. I found the faith within. The end is so close, you can physically see it. How real is this realm if you can spiritually live it? America so wicked, it's like living in Egypt. And our souls not like them, we out here living with demons.
Not like them, not like us.
But they spiritually heathens. I guess we ain't learned nothing from the Garden of Eden. I guess the Father who in heaven made us all for no reason. I guess if you disrespect them, you won't part of the reason. They don't understand what I'm saying, it's a lot. People from my past feeling salty, I'm like, nah. They thinking they can take me off my path, I'm like, nah. My body is a temple of the Most High and it's locked. Tell me what am I to do? They after me, I'm like T, I'm not after you. Alphabet. Wondering what Christ would do if pass me or confront what I'm. Too much hatred in our hearts with the love of the Bible. Our whole nation grew apart, but we claim we united. Ain't no embracing with our arms, but we hugging a rifle. I'm impatient with these stars, let me wait for revival. Mashiach, need you.
Welcome to the Hebrew state of being. I am your humble servant and host for tonight. I am Kyle. In the building, I got my rib, my butter pecan, Miss Artist 28. She's in there getting ready for her sleep tonight. I see she's tuned in. I got my young and Bella song going to bed, getting ready for school tomorrow. You know, tonight's lesson, forgive the camera work and everything. Is a little bit of technical difficulty the way our cameras are set up, and I'm a little too close here. But we're going to get through this lesson for cultural appropriation on this Wednesday night. We try to come through every Monday, Wednesday, and Shabbat. That's either Friday night or Saturday during the day to bring forth the Most High's word for both inspiration, learning, and guidance. Most of all, sometimes we can forget who we are. We need to remind ourselves who we are. And then sometimes when we remind ourselves who we are, we have to remind ourselves to love who we are. That's a hard thing in today's society. We have so many stereotypes. We have so many constraints, so many bills, so many things that are happening that take us away from knowing who we are. My wife and some were watching the Jacksons tonight, and there was a part in the movie when Michael is talking to his mother, and they had done 7 years, their first 7 years, done outstanding, hit records and everything, fans everywhere. And he told his mom he didn't know who he was. So because he didn't know who he was, he hated himself. I'm going to say it again. Because Michael Jackson, as portrayed in the movie, Jackson 5 is supposedly an authentic movie, right? With their permission, the family's permission. In the movie, he shows where he's ultra successful, major house. He's fans love him worldwide, and he doesn't know who he is. So therefore, he hated himself, hated his appearance. So he started to try and change his appearance. We all know how that went. But if you don't know yourself, you begin to hate yourself. And when you begin to hate yourself, you begin to hate others, and you hate others knowing themselves. You hate others that try to tell you about yourself. You hate others for telling you anything. When you don't know who you are, when you don't know whose you are, because knowing who you are and whose you are, you would not have those questions. You would not hate yourself because you would know who you are. These scriptures detail who we are. It details what every man should be like. I say it again. This scriptures outlines who we are and tells every man and woman of what the best that they can be of themselves. That's what this book is about, the Torah, the Tanakh. Being the best that you can be of you. But first, to be the best, you got to know what you are. You can't, if you're not a track star and you're more of a swimmer, then you can try to be the best you want to be as a track star, but you're never going to get the success as someone that was born to be a track star. You're born to be a swimmer. That's your destiny. Though you have the same muscles that you got to use to run track as you need to swim, it's still a totally different lane. One is water, one is running on land. If you don't know who you are, then it's really hard for you to really be the best you can be. These scriptures tonight is about knowing and loving who you are, loving thyself. I see young Micah in the building. The title of the lesson is Love Thyself / Historic Halftime - Signal of Change. See, I'm interwoven this love of thyself as an expression of what was done at the halftime show. You saw a young man that did not care about the consequences of entertaining everyone. I see my cousin Michael is in the building. You saw the immediate reaction of people not understanding what he was portraying because he didn't give them the so-called hits. He didn't entertain them. He didn't swing from the rafters. He didn't have so many pyrotechs that the dome was full of smoke. They weren't entertained. It wasn't a circus for them. He went out on a limb on the biggest stage that he can possibly be on ever. And loved his culture, his people, and himself to be comfortable enough to do that. Then to give a presentation that spoke of the America being built off of our backs with the president in the building. You have to love yourself, to know yourself, to make a stand like that, to think you're going to be successful. See, people want to be successful, but they don't know themselves. They don't know what lane they're supposed to be in, so they're just mad and they're angry and they hate everybody and they think that the world is just horrible. No, you just in your wrong lane. You just don't know who you are. You just don't love yourself. Because if you loved yourself, you don't have time to hate nobody else. You're too busy trying to improve on the love of yourself. You're too busy trying to hug yourself. You're too busy trying to big up yourself. You ain't got time to hate on nobody. You ain't got time to be worried about nothing else but loving whose you are and who you are. Let's go to Proverbs 19. Proverbs 19, verse 8. Verse 8, and it reads, "He who acquires wisdom is his own best friend." He who acquires wisdom is his own best friend. Don't need nobody. When you love thyself, when you know whose you are, whom you are, what your business is on this earth, that you are of the Most High, that the Most High created you, that you are a wonderful being, that you are unique to anyone else, and that your uniqueness is not something you should be afraid of. No, your uniqueness is something you shouldn't cave in. Your uniqueness is something you're supposed to dive in. It's called your talent. It's called what the Most High has given you to do. You always hear people talk about their journeys and their paths. And if they had known this when they were younger, now that they're older. And all of that knowing at a young age, what you would know in your older age, is found right here in the Old Testament. It's been written by elders and young ones for the generations that come behind, which is us. We've let somebody tell us that this is a rule book, that this is something to beat you down. This is something that you should be afraid of. This is not something you should get to know, something that you should love. What if you don't get to know this and you don't get to love this and you really can't love yourself and you really don't know yourself? I stand on that. If you don't know some of these scriptures, look, man, I'm going to tell you, I've done a lot of things in my life before I found this. I thought I was the hot stuff many a time, thought I knew everything many a times. But life showed me I knew nothing. That was the beginning of wisdom. That was the beginning of breaking my ego, breaking my nepotism. My narcissism, breaking down any concepts of me thinking that it's all my work. It's all by my hands. We say life teaches you that. That's the Most High teaching you. Again, not giving the Most High his due in your life because you're running from it. They say the wise man said, a wise man would tell you that they know nothing. A man that knows something knows he knows nothing. A man that knows something knows he knows nothing. I see my brother Horace in the building. Assalamu alaikum, my brother. You have to understand, if you don't know who you are and what you are, then you can't really love yourself and you really can't excel to your highest being. You think your highest being gets paycheck? If you think the height of who you are as a human being is getting the fattest paycheck, then you are truly disconnected to your true source and your true power. We are more than paychecks. We are more than somebody's slave. You are more than somebody's husband, more than somebody's wife, more than somebody's child. You are a creation, a wonderfully made, individually, uniquely sewn individual that the Most High has given a talent to you to manifest it in righteousness. Many of us manifest our talents in evil and iniquity. Many of us want to give all of our talents to the most iniquitous people because that's the ones that have the most money. When I say iniquitous, I mean evil, I mean wicked. See, today's society doesn't care about you being righteous as long as you have the bag. Righteousness is associated with how big your bag is. You have so far cut yourself by your knees on the true power and all that you can bring to a community, to a family, to a home, to a child, to generations. He said an apple seed. One, not all of them, there's several, there's a bunch of seeds in an apple. One apple seed can grow an orchard. Your seed can produce generations upon generations upon generations. That's not divinely made. That's made through the Big Bang. That's made through evolution from a monkey to a man. Will you know that you are, again, Proverbs chapter 19, verse 8, and it reads, he who acquires wisdom is his own best friend. He preserves understanding and attains happiness. Your own best friend when you have wisdom, and you attain happiness without anybody doing anything for you. Without anyone bending or sacrificing for you, knowing who you are, having wisdom, you are your own best friend and you bring your own joy. That's when you love yourself, when you know who you are. If you don't love yourself, you can't bring your own happiness. Oh, no, 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 no. You need stimulants, whether it be arguments, whether it be alcohol, whether it be drugs, whether it be food, whether it be gossiping. You need stimulants. I see Brother Yuan is in the building. You need stimulants. You can't be happy by yourself. You can't sit in a room and find joy. Your memories of doing righteousness should bring you joy. How you was heralded for doing the righteous thing. But if you've never done the righteous thing, if you never stood, if you've never sacrificed, if you didn't understand that sacrificing was never a sacrifice under the Most High's eyes. I'm going to say it again. If you realize sacrificing is never a sacrifice under the Most High's eyes, because he always doubles and triples and quadruples your payment. When you are his child, are you doing righteousness? But if you are ignorant, if you are stupid, if you are selfish, if you are all about you and don't know who you are and hate yourself and hate all around you, you'll never see that or understand that glory. You'll never understand that glory. I see Twin Change for the Better is in the building. See, if you hate yourself, you can never get to the point of bringing your own happiness, not needing stimulus, not needing the world. Being able to sit in a room by yourself and have joy for the righteous things that you've done, knowing that you're in good favor with your Creator, and knowing that your Creator is above all things and can elevate you to places you couldn't even imagine. Places that's past your talent, past your understanding, past your grasp. That's only when you can love yourself. Psalms 139. Psalms 139, we're going to verses 13 through 15. It was you who created my conscience. You fashioned me in my mother's womb. I praise you. Who do you praise every day? Do you praise yourself in your actions by feeding yourself all your desires of your flesh? Or do you give praise unto the Most High, understanding the sacrifice that he's asking? The sacrifice for your good, not for the Most High's good. The Most High is good. I don't know if anybody told y'all, Most High is good. I don't know if anybody explained y'all that no matter what you do or what all humanity does on this earth, the Most High is all right. He don't need your money. Don't need it. He don't need none of it. He requires, if you are wanting righteousness and to be a part of his kingdom, he requires that you be righteous and you know that he's your father and that he does all things for you. That don't mean you lay on your butt. No. But he opens the doors. He unlocks the ways. Because he needs you in a more righteous place. He needs you to needs you to be on a different program. But if you're not listening to the Most High and you think that your wisdom is it, and you're not praising the Most High, you're praising your boss, you're praising the performers, you're praising the politicians, you're praising presidents, you're praising pastors, you're praising man, you're praising flesh. How erroneous can we be to praise flesh when the Most High is ever present? How? It says in verse 14 of Psalms 139, I praise you, for I am awesomely, wondrously made. Your works is wonderful. So wait. We sacrifice to the Most High because he made us wonderful and gonna elevate the wonderful thing that he made within us. Verse 14, I praise you, for I am awesomely, wondrously made. Your works is wonderful. I know it very well. Verse 15, my frame was not concealed from you when I was shaped in a hidden place. How many times we got to say it? The Most High has seen us before we came here. Your Creator knew you before you came here. Do you believe it? Do you believe our report? Or do you believe in yourself? Do you believe in man? Do you need to praise man? I see Scott's in the building. Man, glad to see you in the building, brother. What do you believe? Do you believe the report of these scriptures? Or is this just words to you? But this is just sometimes you come in and tune in just so that you can feel like you holy. You can feel like you trying to cleanse your soul. Are you really paying attention? Are you taking this to heart? Because that's what the Most High judges, your heart. He don't judge your pretty face. He don't judge your pretty teeth. He don't care about your hips. He don't care about none of that. He circumcises your heart. So if you don't believe these words in your heart, he knows this. You can be in the church and shuffling all you want. You can be the first one in the parking lot. You can be married to the pastor. The Most High knows your heart. He knew you before you came here. He fashioned you. Understand who you are and why you should love thyself. Why you should be able to stand for who you are and whose you are. The halftime show showed you a young man doing it. Didn't shake his ass. Didn't play to it. Gave you, when Samuel L. Jackson said, play the game right. Do you know how to play it? Tighten up. He plays off of his Pulitzer Prize winning album. Sit down. You had a gentleman that spoke to the orange guy in the building, spoke to you about the love that he had for himself and didn't care what the fallout would be, to not entertain you and shake your booties, but to have the world upset and confused because they weren't entertained, because they were taught something. So now it has produced this continued flurry of information, and now people are dissecting and people are learning. But that doesn't happen until you love yourself and you make a stand in your life. If you didn't know, you're the star in your life. If you didn't know, if somebody didn't tell you, you're the star in your own sitcom, you're the star in your own festival, you're the star in your own concert. Are you standing? What message are you giving? What message do you give constantly? What message do you give daily? You should question yourself on that. What is your conversation about? Is it about loving and giving praise to the Most High? Is it loving you, loving yourself for knowing that you are made wonderful and that you are being righteous and that you are following his laws, statutes, and commandments, that you are seeing the doors open, you are seeing the iniquity, the wicked people bounce away from you? What are your testimonies? What is you talking about? Because if you don't know what you're talking about, then how can anybody else? If you don't know what you're talking about, if you can't remember what your conversation was about this week, if you can't take into account what has come out your mouth in this week, how can anyone else? Can you accept that you wasted a week? You wasted a week of your breath that the Most High gave you? You gave no praise in it. You gave no acknowledgement of your position. You gave no love of thyself from being wondrously made. Did you think about it? Did you lay up in your bed at night before you went to sleep, before you asked the Most High for all of these things? Before you finished complaining to the Most High, did you think about how wondrously made that you are? Did you have the opportunity the next day to be great? You have an opportunity to wash away yesterday by the grace and mercy of your Creator. That you weren't killed for the iniquitous things that you did in your day, for your backsliding, gossiping, for your lying on somebody, for you cheating on somebody, for you giving praise to somebody other than the Most High, your money, your boss, your career, your car, your gold, your flashy things. How much did you talk about your flashy things? How much did you talk about the big game this week? How much did you talk about how the halftime show was going to feel. How much about that this week, other than giving praise for your talents the Most High has given you? And wonder why at the end of the week, you still angry, why you still confused, why you still looking for a blessing. It says, verse 15, Psalms 139, my frame was not concealed from you when I was shaped in a hidden place, knit together in the recesses of the earth. Let's go to Deuteronomy 31, verse 6. Deuteronomy 31, verse 6. And it reads, verse 6, Deuteronomy 31. Be strong and resolute. Be not in fear or in dread of them. For the Most High Shaddai himself marches with you. He will not fail you or forsake you. With that understanding, how do we not give praise? With that understanding, how do we not know who we are? How do you not know that the Most High is walking with you, marches with you in everything that you do? How do you not pull that out your bag when you need it at all times? How are you not using that like a tool that you use every day, like your toothbrush? I pray you guys use your toothbrush every day. My wife likes to think I don't bathe enough, but that's not true. I do. But that's okay. It's what you do every day. I see Big Chief in the building. Chawa. So it's what you do every day. 31:6. And it says, be strong and resolute. Be not in fear or in dread of them. For the Most High Shaddai himself marches with you. He will not fail or forsake you. So no matter what you do, your Creator marches with you. How do you not know that you got the victory? How do you not understand that everything that falls upon you once you accept the Most High or your Creator walking next to you, that stick is with you, that tool is constantly there through prayer, and that prayer moves things? Well, if you ain't never tried it, you may never know it. I may be talking Chinese arithmetic, but if you tried it, you know it. If you wholeheartedly been on your knees praying unto the Most High and He's delivered, then you know it happens. Then you know it's real. Loving thyself is only through knowing that the Most High has you, knowing that you have a power, knowing that you were stitched together in the recesses of the earth. Let's go to Leviticus 19:18. Leviticus 19, verse 18. And it reads, you shall not take vengeance or bear a grudge against your countrymen. Love your fellow as yourself, for I am the Most High. And this is a commandment. We're talking about loving thyself. This commandment says, love thy neighbor as you love thyself. But as much as we hate on each other, as much as hate is a whole industry in our world, the Most High says you got to love yourself before you can love anybody else. If you find yourself constantly in conflict with others, always constantly bad communication, always seeming to be in the midst of issues, you may have to ask yourself, do I truly love myself? Am I attracting people around me that don't love themselves either? Am I pushing away people that are trying to teach me how to love myself? Understanding if you don't know yourself, it's really hard to love yourself. If you don't know that you are of the Most High and you are listening to all the stereotypes that you've been told that what you were since a child, you were fat, you were too dark, you were too light, you wasn't smart as the rest of the kids, whatever it is from your family. When you ask yourself who you are, what memories, what thoughts are coming into your head? Is it something that somebody else told you? Is it something that the Most High has told you in your spirit, in your heart, that you know who you are? What do you pull from when you think of who am I? You should do this for yourself. If you come up with what other people have said to you, if you can only come up with what other people have said to you, and you can't have one memory of you and the Most High sitting down, you asking that question of what's my life? What am I here for? What do I mean, if you never pondered that, if you never wanted to be that introspective, if you thought that was just too deep, then there's a lot that you need to catch up. If you have no memory of any time of you sitting down and hearing from nobody else something that resonated with you in your spirit of who you are, you need these scriptures more than ever. You haven't even gotten to the point of asking yourself introspective questions and testing the questions you've asked yourself, because guess what? When you're asking yourself, you're talking to the Most High. Let me say it again. When you ain't listening to nobody else and you questioning yourself and you stop answering yourself and you actually listen, you're talking to the Most High. If you, without any scripture, ever questioned your own actions, questioned your communication with others, or how it's not going well, or how it got confused, then this is a hard concept for you to get that I'm presenting. But if you have, then you understand that you get these answers, and you understand that this is beyond anyone else's understanding, that this is an internal thing, then you can love yourself. Then you can understand, you know what? I can have wisdom from thyself and be happy with thyself. If you're not happy with yourself, you won't be happy with anyone else. You won't be happy with the Most High, and you won't save your soul, man. This is a commandment of the Most High, to love thy neighbor as thyself. If you don't know thyself, if you don't know the Most High, if you don't understand any of these layers, then you have just been wreaking havoc on everybody around you. You have just been a bull in a china cabinet to everyone else around you that is in tune, that have asked those questions, that understand their behavior is something that they need to constantly refine. I tell you that the scriptures is the ultimate refiner, that the scriptures is the ultimate cheat code, that the scripture gives all answers. Let's go to Psalms 37:1. Of David, do not be vexed by evil men. Do not be incensed by wrongdoers, for they soon wither like grass, like verdure fade away, green herbs. So the Most High not only is saying that you should love thyself, know him, commune with him. He tells you here, as a mother would tell a child, don't worry about them boys out there, baby. You're gonna be all right. You gonna catch one by themselves. You know how to fight. You're gonna be all right. Don't worry. Those boys, they're gonna wind up getting in trouble. They're gonna wind up going to jail. Don't worry, those boys. The Most High is saying, I got you. You are fully covered because you know me, because you consort to me, because you pray unto me, because you have known thyself, because you have tested me as I've asked you. The Most High has asked us constantly to test his laws, test his commandments to see if he will not give you salvation. Most High says, when you do these things, I'm telling you that I have you covered. And even though you want to feel vexed, these things are happening for a reason, and it's for your good. They will wither away. What will stand is your character. What will stand is your sacrifice. What will stand is that you will be an image of righteousness, that won't fade away, that can't fade away, that refuses to fade away, because the Most High backs that. The Most High fuse righteousness. Let's go to 1 Samuel chapter 16. Verse 7. But the Most High said to Samuel, pay no attention to his appearance or his stature, for I have rejected him. How you look matters not to the Most High. That's not just in stature, that's in color, that's in beauty, that's in shape. That's the Most High cares not. We care more about our appearance and our vanity, which it, could be said, than we do of the Most High. Loving thyself has nothing to do with vanity or being conceited. Loving thyself starts with the knowledge of the Most High and what the Most High has created. Again, before you love yourself, you're loving a creation that the Most High created, wondrously stitched in the hidden places, in the recesses of the earth. Then you appreciate the vessel that the Most High has put you in, the breath of life that was given to you, and the talents that you physically can show or produce. But here, when he's talking to Samuel, when he's having Samuel go get the next king of our people, he says, pay no attention to the appearance of his stature, for I have rejected him. For not as a man sees does the Most High see. Man sees only what is visible, but the Most High sees into the heart. Where is your heart in the troubled times, in challenging times, in contested times, in vexed times? Where is your heart? Is your heart on, I ain't gonna let you mess over me? Is your heart in, no, I'm better than that? No, I'm gonna show them. Is your heart in, I'm gonna have the last laugh? Because if your heart is in those places when you're vexed, when you are challenged, when you are being oppressed, then you're putting away your power. You're putting the Most High on the side. You're telling him, sit on the sidelines. I need you not. I'm going to use this brain power. I'm going to use this physical. I'm going to use my lips, my hips. That's what you're saying. I'm going to use my anger. I'm going to use my aggression. I'm going to use my over talking. I'm going to use, when you can't shut your mouth and let the Most High have the victory, the one that created you, then you normally don't get the victory, or you get a short-lived victory, because just like it said in our Psalms 37:1, the evil wither away, And when you become evil, you wither away just as much, just as easily, just as easy. You wither away, just like the bad grass. We are in trying times. We are in challenging times. We need not to be looking for entertainment. We should all be looking for wisdom to be taught. We all should be trying to refine ourselves. We all should be trying to amplify who we truly are, not the facade, not the image for everyone. Images is part of the lie. Your authenticity, your authentic self should be your representation. Do you know who your authentic self is? Is the question that's behind our lesson and our title tonight. Of Love Thyself, historic halftime, signal of change. Because I do believe that halftime show has signal of change. It's not a change in who's going to be the top pop artist, but bringing in thought. It was already here. We talked about the woke movement, so to speak, that was obviously hijacked. But the people that awoke were not hijacked. And the movement of awakening is very much alive. It wouldn't have gotten to the place it got, which was the halftime show, if it's not alive and well. When you are on this journey as a Hebrew, as an Israelite, as a person seeking righteousness, as a person wanting to be right with their creator, moments like this is supposed to reassure you, supposed to strengthen you. You should have seen what was in front of you when it was happening. You should have seen this was a shot in the arm for righteousness, an empowerment for truth, an empowerment for boldness, an empowerment for the love of thyself, of our culture, of us as a people, our work that we have done in building this country. Let's go to Psalms 23. Psalms 23, verses 1 through the whole psalm. The Psalm of David. The Most High is my shepherd. I lack nothing. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me to water in places of repose, of peace. He renews my life. He guides me in right paths, as befits his name. He guides me in the right paths, as befits his name. I think many of us have read this scripture over and over again. I mean, they do it at so many funerals. I think we miss this part of he guides us for only for his name. That may be hard reality, folks. That's hard for a lot of people because they want to believe that this is an evil God. This is a God that has given them 10 commandments that's impossible to keep. Some people just don't want to be that religious. This is not about religion. This is about a lifestyle. This is about a lifestyle of righteousness with a book that has prescribed it and given it to us in plain, with men that have walked the path and have given their downfalls, their pitfalls, and their successes in the Most High's name, which is why their name in this book has made it over 2,000 years. He said, he guides me in the right path as befits his name. Though I walk through a valley of deepest darkness, I fear no harm. You are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. That means the Most High goes to war. He goes to war on your behalf. Verse 5, you spread a table for me in full view of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil, which makes us messiahs. That's right. Messiah means anointed, not savior. It means anointed. My drink is abundant. Only goodness and steadfast love shall pursue me all the days of my life. I shall dwell in the house of the Most High, Shaddai, for many long years. That's our goal, with understanding who created us and why we should celebrate the love that he has for us and the love of ourselves. Let's go to Isaiah 43. Isaiah 43, verse 1 through 4. But now, thus says the Most High, who created you, O Jacob? Who formed you, O Yasharallah? Fear not, for I will redeem you. I have singled you out by name. This reoccurring theme of the Most High knowing you before you were born, knowing you in the hidden places, stitching you together. Most High saying, I created you, O Jacob, O Yasharallah, 12 tribes. Fear not, for I will redeem you. This is another reason to love thyself. Because what this world is going through and what this world is going to fall for is because they do not believe this. They do not believe this. Kendrick Lamar, in his DNA song, said that don't call him nigga no more. He's an Israelite. He knows who he is. Does he have to say that every time to bang that in people's head? No. But should you know that when he was standing on stage, he was representing himself as an Israelite, as the tribe of Yaakov, or the tribe of Yasharallah, but of the 12 tribes. Did you know that? See, when you look at it through the lens of a man that has already claimed to be following the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High, then you have to understand that the message that he had to bring could not be of shaking that ass. It could not be a lollipop. He had a responsibility to not the NFL, not iTunes, not the Orange guy, and not New Orleans, but to the Most High. When you look at it and see what he did and understand the songs that were played directly after Samuel L. Jackson, and when he says to him, you did the cheat code and you brought your homies with you, deduct the life. Now, you can watch the YouTube pundits and they, a lot of them got close to it. They tried to connect it to Extension and what's going on with that scenario, and that man was killed. But it's really speaking of the whole thing. You have a movement, a civil rights movement. You deduct the life. You deduct Martin Luther King. You deduct Malcolm X. You deduct Bob Marley. You deduct Nipsey Hussle. You deduct a life when you now bring your homies and everybody's on one accord. Well, guess what the scripture does? It brings us on one accord. And if the world understands that they must kill one when that happens, then that means they understand how powerful it is. And if J. Edgar Hoover can say the most important thing that he could do was to make sure that there was not another black messiah, an anointed black man in America that would lead the people. But as Kendrick Lamar, the star on that stage, you are the star in your life. You are the star in your journey. are you going to take the signal in your life and be the star and do and follow the Most High? To know now that as a Hebrew, that he's an Israelite and has proclaimed it, you didn't know it. You didn't remember it when he said it in the song. It's just a whole bunch of words he said, right? But at the halftime show, he said, I'm a weapon of Yeshua. He said it twice, actually. So, though you may not know what the word Yeshua means, and though the world didn't know what Yeshua meant, and they weren't able to decipher it, some Hebrews did, but most didn't know what he was alluding to. But I told you, Yeshua means Joshua, not Jesus. So even if he meant Jesus, doesn't matter. Joshua suffices, and the meaning was clear. He's a weapon of the Most High. The Most High said, I formed you, I created you. Fear not, for I will redeem you. I have singled you out by name. You are mine. That's what the Most High has claimed on his end for us. That's where he has stood his ground for us. Let's go to Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 1. Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 1. A season is set for everything, a time for every experience under heaven. I do believe I'm tired. I do believe y'all tired. Don't y'all think it's time? Don't y'all think it's time to change? You know the world is going to change. They call it the reset. You know the truth. The world is changing their whole economic system so that they can entrap us for the next 400 years. You know that's what's in plan. You understand what AI is. You've seen the movies. You know what Netscape did. You understand. You see the writing on the wall. Most High says there's a season is set for everything and a time for every experience under the heaven. So the change is coming. What change are you going to make? Are you going to change out of the old chains and change into their new chains? Or are you going to shake their yoke as the Most High is shaking their yoke, as the Most High is breaking their yoke right now? Their economic system. They're telling you that this is their concept. This is their idea. They're doing it because it's falling. This is the best that they can do. They're scrambling. They are straight Randall Cunningham right now. Your government. Randall Cunningham, baby. I know y'all in fear and everybody's all scared. They're doing this and this is going to happen and this and this. Boy, I want to kill that mosquito like oxygen. Boy, look here. I can't stand mosquitoes getting in the house. So there's no way that change isn't coming to your doorstep. Your career, how you do your career, how you operate in this new AI and cryptocurrency existence. Oh yeah, it's coming to your door. How you gonna change? Are you gonna change with the knowledge that the Most High is gonna bring an end to this? So you go into it with that understanding, or you go into it as, oh, this is gonna make me millions. Oh, this is the new hot thing. How you going into it? Because everybody's gonna go through change. Everybody's gonna change with this. This is gonna happen. Whether you atheist, whether you Jewish, Judean, Muslim, Christian, it don't matter. Everybody about to change. The whole game is being rearranged as we speak. The question is, how you gonna enter it? You gonna enter it as a slave? You gonna enter it as a black Call me a Negro before you call me black, because Negro goes directly back to the line of David. So I don't have a problem with nigga or Negro. You're more issue with black, because that's the connotation. My spirit is not black. The scripture talks when our spirit is black, when we are being attacked by the plague, when we are being oppressed by Caesar. That's when our spirit is black. We copper color, baby. I'm just joking. We are variations of copper color because it's from the earth. We ruddy, we tawny. Breaking all sorts of spells. Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 1. A season is set for everything. So season means nothing stays the same. But there is something that does. Let's go to Malachi chapter 3. Malachi chapter 3, verse 6. And it says, well, these 6 has been hiding from me all day. 4, 5, well, yeah, 6. Well, I'm going to read from 5. We're going to roll all the way through 6. It says, but first, I will step forward to contend with you, and I will act as a relentless accuser against those who have no fear of me. You don't love yourself. You don't love the Most High. That means you have no fear of the Most High. I'm going to say it again. When you don't love yourself, you don't love the Most High. And that means you got no fear of him. You are accounted as his wicked. He says he's going to be a relentless accuser of all of us in our lives. He's going to see how much we love him or we love ourselves. He says, who practices sorcery, who commit adultery, who swear falsely, who cheat laborers, United States, of their hire, and who subvert the cause of the widow, the orphan, and stranger, says the Most High of hosts. Verse 6, the one I was supposed to read. For I am the Most High, and I have not changed. And you are the children of Yaakov, you have not ceased to be. So as the world is going to change, as things are going to change over, the Most High does not change. He says because he does not change, he has saved us, given us salvation, made sure there was a remnant through all of the changes of this world after kingdom has fallen, after kingdom has fallen, after kingdom has fallen. And we can find us through all history. So we've always been here. Like Kendrick said, we all indigenous. I don't know where y'all from. Yeah. Let's go to our last verse for the night. Proverbs chapter 19. The Most High does not change, and that's why we do not cease to be. But the Most High has a major issue with the wicked people of the world, the ones that have never feared him to straighten up and get right, the ones that never believe that his hand is directly over their life and that their oppression, their reign, their darkness that they feel is all from him because you ain't changed in your heart and he knows, right? We're going to Proverbs 9. Proverbs chapter 19, verse 2. It reads, our last verse for the night. A person without knowledge is surely not good. He who moves hurriedly blunders. A man's folly subverts his ways, and his heart rages against the Most High. Let's read this again. A person without knowledge is surely not good. Is the Most High talking about knowledge of engineering? Do I have to have knowledge of being a dentist like Scott in order for me to have the salvation of the Most High? So it can't be the knowledge of somebody's career. It can't be the knowledge of some of this education in these universities. That can't be what he's talking about, right? It says a person with knowledge, without knowledge, is surely not good. Knowledge of the Most High. He who moves hurriedly, fast, can't stop, blunders. Verse 3, a man's folly subverts his ways, meaning that when you do not follow the Most High, when you are not seeking wisdom, when you are not testing the Most High to see how he's going to guide you and put you in a path that gives praise to his name. No other path, man, that gives praise to his name. You subvert your way. What is your way? Your way is being anointed. Your way is being a Messiah. Your way is being messianic. Your way is living a righteous life and teaching it to your children. Your way is being a pillar, a watchman in your community. A pillar is the one that stands for the Most High in your community. A watchman is the one that watches the world and blows the horn for the community and the family to know evil's on us horizon. We are blowing it now. We are on the wall blowing the trumpet as watchmen. It is coming. AI is here. This is coming. How are you going to change? Are you going to go into this change loving thyself, loving the Most High, knowing he has you covered no matter what? Or are you going to subvert your own way through your folly of not fearing the Most High and fearing man? It says when you do that, his heart rages against the Most High. I pray unto you on this night, in this lesson, that you have heard the Most High speak. Do not let your heart continue to rage against the Most High. Find repose, peace in the Most High. Find joy in his commandments. Find joy in the things that he allows through righteousness. Find righteous things to entertain you. Find things to up your knowledge and your wisdom. Test the Most and let him show you true wisdom. Let him level you up, as we say every Shabbat. All praise to the Most High. Thank y'all for sticking in and tuning in this late. Thank y'all for listening to the Most High's word. I just pray that you love him and that you read his word so that you can truly love yourself. To truly know yourself is the only way you can truly love yourself. Know that you are wondrously made individual by the Creator, man. All praises, man. We'll see you guys.